before I get started, I got to say, I'm glad you clarified it was a grandchild. It was ambiguous whether it was your child or you went other way.
I'll use your points.
Okay, I need a volunteer.
I'll be your volunteer.
Oh! That was lucky. I was hoping it would be you.
Oh, you know that'd be
Okay, I need you to do something for me.
Okay.
Okay? You see this? Now I need you to I need you to not let it hit the ground. Okay?
You need to pick someone who's quicker than I am.
That's okay, you can keep that.
Prize.
Okay.
Trick.
I had my son doing that all over the house the other day, and I thought, that just looks like a lot of fun. I had to try it this week. Anyway, let me ask you a question. What's the bottom line of life? In other words, what is it that you're really after? Think about that for a minute. Is it fame, fortune, big house, nice car, nice family, spirituality, sexuality? What is it? Now, if you look around in the world today, this is something that people are seeking in desperate ways. You look at the pornography industry, what are they seeking after? You look at the problem that we have with drugs. People are using that because they're seeking after something. There's many vices in the world that people use because they are seeking after this one simple thing. And what is that? Now you probably have thought of all these, not those last things that I said, but many things in your life that you go, I want this, I want that. But really the bottom line, the fundamental principle below all those is one thing. You want to feel good. You just want to be happy. That's it. That's what everything you want to do in life is based on that. So think about this. What makes you feel good? Are those things that you had in your mind? Is it, something like getting breakfast in bed? Is it maybe getting a birthday card from your child written in crayon? Is it maybe someone that has the hots for you? It's a shame when that's not your spouse, but that's kind of cool sometimes. I only have one person with the hots for me, though. So, there are certain things in your life that you set up as rules, and these rules are, once they are followed, you will feel happy inside, whatever they are. Everybody's got different rules. So think about what those rules are. Now, the trouble we have, and all the things that I've mentioned that can make us happy, I thought of them specifically, and there's problems with all of them. The bad ones have obvious problems. But even the good things, the healthy things, there's problems with relying on those for our happiness. And what is that? With things I mentioned, like breakfast in bed. What's the problem with that? The problem is, and those are not bad things. I'm not saying that don't have those in your life. Hopefully you can have that kind of affection. But you're relying on someone else. True happiness comes not in this direction. It comes from this direction. Think about if you could have one rule in your life for how you feel love, and that is when you give it. When you're part of something important of yourself and you give it to someone else. I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Now, this is a personal example. It's about a relationship that I have in my life, about how this principle has worked. This is a very old picture. I'll pass it around so you can see. This is one of my favorite pictures I have in my house. I keep it because it represents something to me. It represents this principle. If you look right here, number 40, that's me. Now this was, I'm going to divulge my age. I was 8 years old in 1971. This was my coach right here. Most influential person in my life was that coach. Now, had more to do with the fact that he's my dad. But this represents a time in my life where I needed that time. And the greatest joy in my father's life, and still is today, now he'll be 80 next month, but the greatest joy in his life has been the time that he's imparted to his family. And the great part about that is he was always in control of that. Now, as a result, it's splashed back on him. Now, because of this, I share that great affection with him. And I have a terrific passion for football. I'm not a very good football player. Never have been, and at this point I have no hope of being a good football player. But I have a great deal of passion with it, and that's still something we share in our family. I go to my kids' games, and I've been blessed with one kid that is a good athlete, and so we've shared in that together. That's been something that has brought me in my life true happiness, because it's something I can control. Now, it can be tough to learn this, because there's no guarantee on the other side. If you impart gifts of kindness, gifts of love, there's no guarantee how it's reacted. But you have to overcome that fear. Because there's a saying, if at first you don't succeed, erase all the evidence so no one knows you tried. That's what we tend to want to believe. But if you can overcome that fear, then it becomes unconditional. And in this Christmas season, this is something we need to think about. This is the gift that we can truly give, not just at this time of year.